In this example, we will see what happens to consumer surplus, producer surplus, total surplus, and market efficiency when the government imposes a price floor. In this example, the price floor is set at $18. I will draw the price line at $18, and when the price increases to $18 for the consumers, some consumers will leave the market. These consumers here are not willing to pay $18 or more, so they will leave the market. Only these buyers here are willing to pay $18 or more, so these buyers will participate in the market. And since we have fewer buyers participating in the market, fewer quantities will be bought and sold. In this example, at $18, only 4 units will be bought and sold. This is less than the market equilibrium quantity. And therefore, the consumer surplus will shrink because we're losing some customers, and the existing buyers will have less consumer surplus. Let's find the area of the consumer surplus, and that is again the difference between the demand curve and the price line, and that is the area of AHG. Now let's find the producer surplus. Since only 4 units will be sold, some sellers will leave the market. These sellers will not find any buyers and they will have to leave the market. Only these sellers will participate in the market, and these are the sellers with the least cost. And since the price floor blocks this trade between these buyers and these sellers, this trade does not happen, and 4 units are bought and sold. As we see here, the producer surplus will increase. The producer surplus area is the distance between the supply curve and the price line. Let's use another color to show the producer surplus. Here's the supply curve. Here's the price line. And only 4 units are bought and sold. Here we have the producer surplus. As we see here, the producers will gain. Initially, the producers were selling at $16. Now with the price floor, they're selling at $18. So this area will be added to the producer surplus. However, we have the area that used to be part of the consumer surplus now is lost because this trade did not happen. We lose these buyers. And that's a loss for the society. And this area that used to be part of the producer surplus is also lost. And that's a loss for the society. And as a result, the society loses. We call this area deadweight loss. And let's now add our producer surplus, and that is the area H, G, C, D, and the deadweight loss is G, B, C area. Now let's take a look at the market efficiency. If this market is now efficient, when we deviate from the market efficiency. Let's use blue to explain the market efficiency rules. In this case, we know that some buyers leave the market, although they're willing to buy the product and they value the good most highly. They can't because now they are willing to pay as less than the price floor. So first, some buyers who value the good still most highly exit the market. Second, some sellers with the least cost will exit the market. Total surplus is not maximized, and therefore we have deadweight loss, the loss to the society. This area does not go to the consumers, does not go to the producers. It doesn't go anywhere, so it's a loss to the society. And finally, the value to the buyer is greater than the cost to the seller. And once again, we violate all the market efficiency rules when we have this price floor. So we can conclude that the government sometimes imposes a price floor to improve equality, such as agricultural price supports or minimum wage laws. But we see that the consequence will be a deviation from market efficiency.